Remember when iconic actress Patty Duke was married 4 times? I do. Before we get into this one, we're going to be discussing abuse, mental health, eating disorders, and substance use. If these are too difficult of topics for you to take on right now, I totally understand, and I will catch you in the next one. It was 1946. It's a Wonderful Life premiered in theaters. The controversial modern bikini was introduced to the world. The Cannes Film Festival was founded, and Anna Marie Duke was born on December 14th, 1946 in Elmhurst, New York. With her father abandoning the family when she was just 6 years old, her older brother Raymond dipped his toes into the acting pond to help out their mom, Frances. Raymond's managers, John and Ethel Ross, took notice of 7-year-old Anna and immediately took control of her life. She barely saw her parents, and the Rosses changed her name to Patty, saying, "Anna Marie is dead. You're Patty now." They introduced her to alcohol and other various substances at an early age, among other forms of abuse. They also took 1 million doll hairs of her earnings. The path to childhood stardom really is paved in trauma, isn't it? Patty made her Broadway debut at the age of 13 playing Helen Keller in The Miracle Worker. She would reprise her role in the movie version, earning her a Best Supporting Actress Oscar at the 1962 Academy Awards. She was, at the time, the youngest Oscar winner in history. At 16, she starred in The Patty Duke Show, where she played identical cousins. Writer Sidney Sheldon said that he decided to write the dual role for her after noticing that she had 2 distinct sides to her personality. Little did he know that what he had witnessed were the symptoms of Patty's future bipolar diagnosis. At 18, Patty was able to break free of her manager's control. On November 26, 1965, she married Harry Falk Jr., who was 14 years her senior. Their marriage was strained, with Patty's substance use, extreme mood swings, disordered eating, and multiple attempts to take her own life. They would divorce in March of 1969. Patty would later say of their marriage, "I didn't know how to be an adult. I had no preparation." Her struggles with pills and mental health didn't get in the way of her stardom, though, as she starred in the 1967 cult classic, Valley of the Dolls. After her divorce, she started dating Desi Arnaz Jr., who was only 17 at the time. Patty was 23. Desi's mother, Lucille Ball, did not approve of his relationship with Patty and was concerned about her erratic behavior. While she was dating Desi, Patty was also having an affair with actor John Astin. Maybe you know him as Gomez Addams from the 1960s version of The Addams Family. Meanwhile, Suzanne Hann knew him as her husband, with whom she had 3 fetal collapse. Then on June 26, 1970, Patty married Michael Tell, a complete stranger who had been subletting her apartment. It said that Patty had discovered that she was pregnant, and in an attempt to get a handle on the scandal, she thought that marrying Michael might help. And it did, kind of, as the media speculated that he might be the baby's father. They were only married for 13 days before having the marriage annulled on July 9th. Patty had carried on her affair with John Astin throughout all of this. John kept their relationship a secret until his divorce was complete. Patty gave birth to her son Sean on February 25th, 1971. And then Patty and John got married on August 5th, 1972, and he adopted Sean, thus giving him the legal name of Sean Astin. But you might know him as Mikey, Rudy, or Samwise if you prefer. Publicly, Patty insisted that John was Sean's bio dad, but the gossip mags had turned the tides and they insisted that Desi Jr. was Sean's bio dad. Patty and John had another son together, Mackenzie, on May 12, 1973, who also might look familiar to you. In 1982, Patty finally received her bipolar diagnosis, and 4 years later, she revealed to Sean that Desi Arnaz Jr. was actually his biological father. As for Patty and John, by 1985, their marriage was donezo. After so many years of living with Patty's undiagnosed bipolar disorder, their marriage was no longer salvageable. She would later say of the relationship that there's a deep and abiding love between us, but we just don't get along. It's sort of like fingernails on the blackboard. He does it to me and I do it to him. We even laugh about it sometimes because it's so absurd. Patty would find love again, though, meeting Sergeant Michael Pierce while filming her movie A Time to Triumph. The pair were married on March 15, 1986. Michael brought his 2 daughters into the family, and together they adopted a son, Kevin, in 1988. Sean spent most of his teen years believing Desi to be his bio dad and had fostered a relationship with him. But then, when Sean was in his mid-20s, a family member of Michael, the stranger Tell, told him that they believed Michael might be his father. The father. Sean managed to get all 3 men to join him in a DNA test. It turned out that Michael was his bio dad after all, although Sean still considered John to be his father. He would say of his relationship with John, "I have a good relationship with Mike. That's who I am. I don't fault anybody. I don't fault myself or with Desi, who is like my godfather. I have such a powerful love bond with this man. He's a gorgeous human being. Patty, on the other hand, did not believe the paternity test, saying, I don't buy that test. I can support his truth as long as my truth, if not supported, is respected. I have told him I know what I know to be true. When God looks me in the eye and says, Anna Marie, you have been mistaken all these years, then I will consider Tell's paternity. Yeah. Patty would continue working well into the 90s, 2000s, and 2010s, earning multiple Emmys for her work. After all her struggles, she had finally found her match in Michael, who she was married to until her passing on March 29, 2016, due to a ruptured intestine. She and Michael had just celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary. Sean went on to establish the Patty Duke Mental Health Initiative in her honor. Now, that one was a bit of a tough one, but I hope you liked it as much as you could. If you did, please save this and share it with your friends. It really does help me out. Also, don't forget to follow me on the gram and the tube just in case. We also have stickers, bookmarks, and pins so that you can show off your indoctrination with pride. Good day, and may the cult be with you.